the Warriors on Sunday, 19 and 12. 5 assists, 2 steals. Westbrook up high. Oh my moment.
Amazing. The best athlete at the point guard position.
Down to 4, 3, down to 2. Harden puts it up. He got it! The beard! Cold-blooded.
Westbrook had his give and go lane shut down, so he says, you know what, I'll get behind everybody and then feed the cutter Harden.
A play by Westbrook. Watch Harden. Harden catches that one in stride and goes up and dunks the ball.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dignified2K. We're back with another video. We're gonna hop right into the gameplay. As you guys can see, I'm an Elite 2 now. I'm a no-life gamer. We're back on the two-way slashing playmaker. We're here with Russell Westbrook and James Harden, guys. We have a lot to talk about. Enjoy the gameplay. This gameplay right here, I believe, is very entertaining. It's a lot of back and forth. I couldn't guard this guy. This guy couldn't guard me. Hopefully, you guys do enjoy the rest of them. But today, we're here to talk a little bit about the Westbrook and Harden new stage, new style of play Rockets, which has been very interesting. You guys know, right before the trade deadline, they traded away their starting center that they've been using for a very long time with Clint Capella. They traded him to my Hawks, and in return, they got Robert Covington, which, if you guys remember, he's a 6'7", more of a 3-and-D type of player, and they're going to be running a new role in Houston with a small ball lineup. You guys have probably seen it, and it's been very fun to watch. Now, let me put it like this. Basically, in 2K terms, they're running a 5-out offense like they see in Pro-Am a lot of the time, but they have a BP build at the 2 with all its tendencies in James Harden. You got a two-way slashing playmaker with Russell Westbrook that can get inside the paint, pull up for middies, play good defense, get rebounds, play make. And they have snipers all outside on the corners, the wing. So if you bite at all, if you help off the corners, they're dotting somebody like Robert Covington or Eric Gordon, and they're knocking down shots. So like, guys, when James Harden goes inside of the paint, you can't help. If Russell Westbrook is driving in full head of steam like I just did right there, you can't bite off a corner because you're going to be giving up a 40 to 50% three-pointer with Eric Gordon wide open in the corner. That's just an offense that you don't want to happen. Now, if you guys have been watching this, the Lakers actually played the Rockets in the very first time they debuted this lineup with Robert Covington. It was a lot of fun to watch. I know a majority of you guys saw that game. And the biggest question is obviously, like Anthony Davis is just going to be able to eat, which he did. He had like 35 and 12 or something like that, or like 35 and 17, something like outrageous numbers. But they only got out rebounded by 1 rebound. Of course, the points in the paint definitely favored the Lakers. I think they beat them by like 22 or 24 points in the paint. But the Rockets ended up scoring 10 more threes with them. So that's 30 points. So that's obviously 10 or threes are worth more than twos, and they got off 10 more threes than they did. So the differential really didn't make a big difference. Although they had that inside presence, it slowed down the game. The Rockets were able to get more threes. They were able to play at a higher pace, and then inevitably they were able to win that game. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, that's the first time that anybody really saw that lineup ran out through an entire game, which is true. I know the Warriors kind of ran an offense like that here and there, but the Rockets, really, their tallest guy was 6'7". That's insane. And the Lakers, they have like JaVale McGee. They have a lot of good big men, so it was kind of hard for them to get adjusted to that. And I feel like you could run a team like this against like a Lakers type of lineup because I don't feel like the Lakers are that deep, and that's where they will expose a lot of teams. You can't really run a big man out there if you want to get outscored. Now, like I said, the Warriors kind of had an offense like that where they would run like Draymond Green at the 5, and their pace would be insane. So you can't really, run up like a JaVale McGee or a Dwight Howard out there because you'll just get outscored. They can't guard the 3 that well, and they can't guard the paint because if they guard the paint, like this guy right here, you got like a James Harden or Eric Gordon or, like I said, Robert Covington wide open. So if you come out of the paint, a sniper is going to be open. You can't do that. And that's really transformed Russell Westbrook's game. If you guys have been watching the past couple months, Russell Westbrook has probably had the best stretch of his career, especially on the Rockets. And a lot of people were saying this wasn't going to work. Of course, this was like one of the bigger acquisitions during the offseason. I had my struggles with it. At first, I didn't know who was going to be able to, take a majority of the shots or, have the ball in their hands the most. But even in that Lakers game, I keep bringing that up because that's one of the more elite teams. It's literally the #1 seed in the West. Russell Westbrook was able to get inside of the paint and score a lot of the time. I think he had like 41 points. James Harden didn't have the best game, and James Harden literally let Westbrook take over, and he spotted up, and he was able to just take over the game, hit James Harden if he was open for 3, and Westbrook was able to drop 41, get inside of the paint, pull up for middies, just be extremely dominant like he was in his MVP season. Let me know down below in the comment section, guys. I'm really interested in your opinion on this. I think this was a lot of fun to, you know, kind of do some research on. But do you think this is going to be a lineup that's going to be able to win games in the playoffs? Let me know what you guys think. I think it is if their superstars can play up to the ability they are during the regular season. Basically what I mean, if Russell Westbrook and James Harden have good games and they're dropping 30, this could work. You know, if, I don't know, I think it's going to work, but they have to have stellar games like, you know, like Russell Westbrook did or James Harden has had. And if you guys have been looking at the box scores, a lot of these games, Russell Westbrook and James Harden are dropping like 35 plus, and they're winning a lot of these games, but they're going to have to go off like that, or other teams are just going to have to make, you know, these guys shoot. And we've seen this in the past. I feel like when I was recording this, the first thing I thought was like, man, haven't we seen this before with the exact same team? I know they kind of changed their personnel just a little bit, but we saw this in the playoffs where they kind of, you know, gave up that series against the Warriors when Trevor Ariza, Eric Gordon, those guys were just missing shot after shot. How many threes did they miss in a row? Like 30-something threes, and they were just left wide open. Now, that's going to be the downfall of this team. If teams end up doing that, again, like I said, it's just a whole different ball game when it's a 7-game series. You can't predict like James Harden is going to have an awful series where he doesn't play well, or you can't predict that PJ Tucker, Robert Covington, Eric Gordon, guys like that are going to have terrible, you know, playoffs. I don't know. You just can't predict it. It's going to be interesting to watch. Let me know, like I said, in the comment section what you guys think. It's been really interesting. I was watching an interview with Mike D'Antoni the game after the Lakers. It was actually the press conference afterwards, and he was pretty much talking about like how he had to, you know, persuade the team that this was going to be something that worked, and that win really kind of brought up the morale of the team. And he said he had to convince these guys to buy into it. It's a whole different style of basketball that really hasn't been ran. They don't have any bigs compared to like when the Warriors had like Kevon Looney or like Andrew Bogut or somebody come in. They really have no bigs they play. They have like Tyson Chandler, but he doesn't play any minutes. So you really have to convince these guys that this is going to be something that can work. And so far, it's been fun to watch. A lot of people have different opinions. It's worked for the most part, in my opinion. But again, like I said, I want to see this in a lot more competitive games. Like if they're going to go against like the Nuggets per se, when they're going up against a guy like Nikola Jokic, which is very, you know, dimensional. He could play make, he could run the offense, he could go into post, he could shoot threes. And that's another thing they were talking about, that a lot of these big guys now kind of sit at the perimeter anyway. So there's not going to be a lot of guys in the paint a majority of the time. And a lot of these guys shoot threes, so they're not going to be down there getting post-up positions. Like Anthony Davis, he's shooting three-pointers now. You know, like Jokic is shooting three-pointers now. A lot of their offense isn't just going to be stop and go down in the paint, post up, and get ready to score. That slows it down. And then you guys know the Rockets' pace is amazing. They have one of the best pace in the league. Mike D'Antoni, of course, has that offense that he's been running forever with like Steve Nash and stuff like that. So this offense, compared to their mindset with scorers that they have, going to be very interesting in the new age of basketball where a lot of bigs are on the three-point line and not posting up and taking advantage of the size differential. It'll be interesting to see again, like I said. But let's talk a little bit about the gameplay. You guys have been seeing me cook up with the two-way slashing playmaker, man. I've been having a lot of fun dribbling lately. You guys have seen this guy just didn't think I could shoot the basketball for some reason. We were streaking on this court. My prediction is this guy was actually just looking at my badges and my stats and stuff like that. It's like, there's no way this guy with 5 shooting badges is going to be able to shoot. But let me know down below in the comment section as well if you guys would like to see this full build. It is, in my opinion, a really good Russell Westbrook build. I only have 5 shooting badges, but you guys will see, and you have seen in the gameplays, I'm knocking down shot time after time. This build, I made it to where it's actually more so a slasher. Instead of having, you know, 10 finishing badges and 10 shooting badges, I gave it 16 finishing and 5 shooting, and I've been knocking down shots very consistently. You can see right here, nice little hop inside the paint. I'm going to get a wide open mid-range shot. This range extender only on silver, guys, and I'm still knocking down shots like this. But look at this, man. I thought I had the snatch block for a second, but amazing snatch block by Bam right there, going coast to coast, throwing it down, man. This build's been a lot of fun to watch. If you guys have been watching my channel or you follow me on Twitter, you've seen I've been dribbling a lot more. I'm trying to get used to it. I'm getting a lot better at it. I still need to practice, but it's been a lot of fun. You guys can see I've been comboing up just a little bit, getting used to the hezzies, you know, the quick movements to actually be able to score. Doc Cameron in the corner. He ends up missing it, gets his own rebound. You know, this game has been a lot of fun. But you can see we're kind of running the Rockets offense out here too. Russell Westbrook having the ball, spreading the floor out with shooters. If you leave them open or if you try to crash when I'm going inside the paint, I've got guys that can shoot the basketball like James Harden, or even, this is PJ Tucker technically, but it's not really PJ Tucker. But like I said, if you help at all, I'm just going to have a wide open dunk inside the paint, or I'm going to have a guy that's going to be able to shoot the basketball in the three. You got to give it up, man. You got to see what's working. The Rockets are going to have to, you know, make a lot of their game plan different for every, you know, quarter. As, you know, if a shooter's not really hitting shots, you got to have to change your game plan, stuff like that. It'll be interesting to watch, like I said. But getting my own rebound, kicking out to somebody wide open outside again for the three. But guys, hopefully you did enjoy the video. If you want to see more of this build and you want to see the full build, let me know down below in the comment section. But it's been your boy Dignified. I'm out. Peace.